No, there hasn't been any disagreements. You know, we've worked pretty well together. We're able to pick up the parts. We both go to the... Good on you, Don.
Yeah, truck show went really well. We had a lot of good responses from people, right from young little whippersnappers right up to elderly gentlemen that have had the same sort of vehicle in the early days. So the amount of interest at the truck show was really good.
And everyone gets the buzz about, oh, I've got a green diamond, I've got a red diamond and things like that. It's got a lot of significant history really in this country, and Peter, I've given him all my old records that I've got, the spec sheets and manuals and things like that, and he's surprised. Where'd you get those from? I said, you'd be surprised what I've got.
We've now brought the truck back to Iveco/International. Behind me here's the chassis, all stripped down.
We've got the boys from NTI, they've brought the old KB International in, which they're currently doing up for Motor Neurone Disease. We're assisting, giving them our location and a few apprentice mechanics to help them build that, along with a lot of other local companies who are assisting in the same cause.
This is a really exciting project that NTI came to us with. They're a great company. Their ex-CEO, Wayne Patterson, has motor neuron disease. It's a great project because it's a very community-based project. We're a very community-based organisation, and the money raised through this can go a long way to help many people with the disease.
We've got all the other parts away at the moment. All of the people that are helping us out with the specialty type stuff, gearbox, engine, they've been extremely helpful and ripping into it for us to meet the tight time frame.
I've been in this industry now for 40 odd years, and you know, like I've built up some relationships over the time, and to be able to go to these people and you know that the work they're going to do is going to be spot on.
We got the cab across to Royans, and they're in the process of doing all of the panel beating.
I've been a premium repairer for about 12 years now, so we've got a long established relationship with NTI, and we're more than happy to help them out with their project. The first stage will be to put it on a jig so we can move it around from section to section, and then we'll start cutting out the materials that need to be replaced in preparation for making the panels and welding them back in. I think as we get into the process of the repair, there'll be a few surprises. None will be good. It'll get the guys to think a little bit, and like I say, it's a bit left of field. It's not where we're used to, restoration of old vehicles, so it'll be a good little challenge for them.
Recar are painting all the bracketry off the chassis, which is all the black stuff, the fuel tank, the steps, the stay brackets, the fan, and all the little incidental brackets. And they're also doing the dash panels for the cab and fitting the gauges. They even repaired the diff housing, you know, which was cracked when we pulled it out originally. So
there's some real metal work and old-fashioned craftsmanship that both of those organisations are doing for us, and I think people will be pretty impressed.
The radiator we've had dismantled. Jeffrey and Russell, with their torches, they unsoldered it, pulled the tanks off. At this stage they've repaired the tanks, they've got the core, and next week they'll be fitting the core to the tanks and then fitting a brass plaque to the front of the tank, which will make it look really smick. So once we get that back, we can assemble that into the bonnet. Our front axle has had a hairline crack or a fracture in it, so we've had to get the old red stripped down and get that around to them so that they can rebuild that one. Fortunately, we did buy Big Red because the axle was only going to be to get it to the truck show, but it's turned out we've had to use that part now. So things like that have been a hiccup, but they've also worked out okay, and that tends to be how this sort of thing goes along. PPG have come to the party with the materials for the painting, so which is really good on their behalf, and Ruins are doing all the labour to do this.
The original colour that I can see, we're going to scan one of the panels that's got some paint on it, but it looks like a dark green, nearly a glossy army green. But we'll scan that with a spectrograph. It takes 3 segment shots of a surface. It's downloaded into the computer and it'll come up with the colour or something very similar with the formula for the match.
So the truck will be as close to original as we can get it.
Next bit will be pretty exciting, I think, as all those bits will be coming back. Engine, gearbox, radiator, body panels, all of that stuff starting to come back, and putting it together will be extremely exciting, but also full on, because we've got that time frame to meet, and it really is going to be a race to the finish line.
This is a great project because number one, it's obviously going to raise funds to help people with motor neurone disease, but number two, it's the awareness. So it's very important that more and more people understand about the disease, and having this truck will really spread the word, because obviously it's going to capture the attention of the community, and the more people that know about MND disease, the closer we get to finding a cure and getting better support out there. So I think it's a wonderful idea.
For Pete and I and NTI, it's being able to do so much. Might be a small way to a lot of people, but for us it's a big deal to be able to help out MND and follow Wayne through this path. So.